Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale. Órale. Total Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shout out to all the junkies out there. Okay, man. Good gosh. I never, ever get a chance to do wrestling rehab from home like this. Okay. Never. I did and we're gonna get to some wrestling, especially Raw, because they're really trying to do Raw huge tonight, right? I did the Hall of Fame for the 2025 class, and this is I was expecting to be home, so I was gonna do it like this with images and all that good stuff. And guess what, man? As a trucker, the road is just very unpredictable, and I just did not. just it was so bad. It was so bad. I feel terrible doing the 2025 Wrestling Rehab Hall of Fame that way. It was gosh awful. But hopefully for 2026, the Hall of Fame 2026, we can do it a little bit more professional. Nonetheless, before we get into Monday Night Raw, which they're trying to do it huge, all right, and I do got some predictions on this. I want to get a little bit to what's going on over there with um, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. I haven't really cared much about what's going on over there with those guys. Not to say that I didn't care at all. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like, okay, think of where the landscape is right now. All right. The landscape right now is you got CM Punk as champ and you got Cody Rhodes as the other champ. Okay. Are their storylines really carrying the business where you're thinking to yourself, like, man, I cannot wait to tune in? The whole John Cena thing is over. Thank goodness. Which, by the way, we're still going to talk about some John Cena and the whole debacle that was. All right. I want to go ahead and dedicate a whole, I don't know if I should say an hour, but I want to dedicate some time to that because it definitely deserves it. But where where the storylines are right now for CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, who are supposed to be carrying the business, their storylines, in my opinion, are falling kind of flat until just recently. Until just recently is where I'm starting to think a little bit more like, okay, now I'm a little bit more interested. Now I watch regardless. Okay, that the WWE doesn't have to worry about fans like me. I'm gonna watch. But what I'm saying is the business has these ups and they have these downs. And right now, because of the whole John Cena story thing, which was a complete debacle, it seems like they're trying to get footing again. It seems like they're trying to say, hey, okay, now that's gone. We can't sell that anymore because they can't. So now let's see what we can figure out what we can do. We got our champions. People love CM Punk. People do love Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, in my opinion, kind of seems like he's a little bit more favored with the kids. Not the way John Cena was. Okay, not the way John Cena was, but he's just like a super good guy, which is cool because as I'm trying to think right now, who is the coolest good guy? Who is the coolest baby face that there has been in quite a while? I mean, the tribal chief, the tribal chief, I guess I would say, but tribal chief is neither here nor there anymore. He just shows up whenever he shows up. He's been part-time for quite a long time now. But as far as a full-timer, I guess it would be Cody Rhodes. people tend not to turn on Cody Rhodes. They don't tend to boo him. I think there's that sentimental feeling when it comes to Dusty Rhodes, his father, which he was beloved all the time. And I really want their storylines to really pick up. And we'll, like I said, we'll get to Monday Night Raw in a second. But when I thought, okay, they're gonna have Drew McIntyre having a program with Cody Rhodes, in my opinion, I was like, okay, it's not the worst thing, but it's definitely not moving the needle. It's not moving the needle. That's not where it's like, okay, we're trying to do what we can, but at the same time, are people really going to be getting glued to their television to see Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes? What they have done, I thought works. Now, does it bring that much more interest? I don't know how much more interest it really brings, but I think it brings a little bit more interest. There's 3 stages of hell, right? And we'll get to those on another one, breaking down those 3 stages. But the 3 stages of hell, and when you got Drew McIntyre out there, cutting the promo, first of all, I thought it was great to implement that where it's like, hey, Cody, you cannot touch Drew McIntyre. And if you lay a single hand on him, you will lose the strap, right? Like I thought that was great because now it puts Drew McIntyre in this position where he can do anything, and it puts Cody Rhodes in a completely opposite position where he has to take everything, right? And it got so morbid. When Drew McIntyre says, in the 3 stages of hell, right? And he says, hey, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly word for word. I just remember the very, very end. But it went something along the line of like, hey, when I send you to hell, say hello to your dad for me. That's gold. That is gold, man. That is gold in the business. That is gold. At that moment right there, I was just like, that's exactly what you need, So that's starting to ramp up a little bit, which is cool. I want there to be more interest. It seems like things have kind of taken a little bit of a dive. I don't want to say it completely plummeted down to the bottom of the barrel because it hasn't, but it took a little bit of a dive ever since the whole John Cena thing, and they got to start building back up. They got to start bringing more interest. They got to start getting some of these guys out there. You guys see what they're doing with the NXT characters, and you start to get to know some of these NXT guys. It's going to take some time, Excuse me, I just had me some pork chops, as a matter of fact. Is it take some time? Do I tap into NXT a little bit here and there? Yes, I do. Not as much. There's only so much time in a day, in a week, right? All these other shows that the WWE does, I'm just kind of like, oh gosh, man. I mean, I can't keep up with all of this, but I try to keep up with as much as I possibly can, along with so many other things that I'm interested in life as well. But I do want to see some of these NXT stars come up, and I want to see what they got. Look, I'll tell you guys this. I watched NXT a little bit more a few years back than what I do now. I still do tap into NXT, but not as much. But I used to watch it a little bit more. And I remember Apollo Crews, and I had looked at Apollo Crews, and I'm like, wow, you know what? Apollo Crews, that is the next big star right there. Apollo Crews. He goes up to the main roster, and he's a phenomenal athlete, but he just really didn't have the charisma. And I'm sure most people are going to say it's because they didn't know how to utilize him. I mean, that's That's the excuse for everybody, that it's not their fault. It's the business, the company's fault. They didn't know how to utilize him. But he's a tremendous athlete and a pretty damn good wrestler, man. So I am interested to seeing some of these NXT stars move up and see what they got. And that's where I found oh shoot, her name just escaped my mind. Gosh, I was huge on her for her Tiffany Stratton, son of a gun, man. I can't believe her name just slipped my mind. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get to Monday Night Raw tonight. So you got Stephanie Kerr coming in. See, she came in from NXT, and she was, she was pretty big up there or down there in NXT. She comes up to the main roster. She's champion now. I like Stephanie Kerr. I don't see anything special, but just because I don't see anything special, it doesn't mean that it's not working. It's working. I'm interested. I want to see what happens with Stephanie Kerr. Now, her program that she's having with Nikki, to me, Nikki, it's past her time. I don't know what's the mindset of the people in the back, where it's like, hey, you know what? Let's bring in some of these old timers and they could put somebody over. I had said it all last year in 2025. I said it all last year. Beating John Cena means nothing. You're not putting anybody over because he lost so much. Beating Nikki Bella, I'm not really sure how over that makes you. So I don't even know if this is really for Stephanie or if this is for Nikki, just to give her one last hoorah. I'm not really sure, nor do I really know the ins and outs of Nikki Bella's contract. If she's sticking around for a long time, I know she's full time. I don't know how long she's around for. If anybody knows, let me know, because I'm not even really sure. But as far as this, Stephanie Kerr is not facing Nikki Bella tonight. It's just she's going to come out in an interview, and we'll see where that goes. Gunther is making an appearance on Monday Night Raw tonight. He still got the heat from the whole John Cena thing, right? I don't know if he's just still coming out talking about that I made John Cena tap out like a little. At some point, Gunther's going to have to get in a program with somebody. As it stands right now, I mean, this whole AJ Styles thing is going to have to pick up at some point. I said it before, I'll say it again. It's not that it doesn't make any sense that it's AJ Styles, but it's not like story-wise line that Styles and Cena were like best homies backstage, like they're super best buddies. I don't mind it. I'm just kind of like, well, okay, but it's not like, hey, Styles is super upset. Because you messed with John Cena in the way that you did, because you made him tap out like a little, now you have to answer AJ Styles, because we all know that Styles and Cena are locked in. And it's like, no, not really. They weren't completely the opposite side of a magnet either, but I was just like, okay, sure, why not? Sure, why not? Now, Gunther, I really don't know what they're trying to do with Gunther so much. Obviously, Paul Levesque is super high on Gunther. Gets him to go over on Goldberg. Gets him to go over on John Cena. There's rumors that AJ Styles, this might be his last year, and probably not even a full year. There's talks it might be at WrestleMania. Who knows? And if it is, I bet my red money that it's probably going to be against Gunther to end AJ Styles. And then there's also rumor that Brock Lesnar's final match will be at SummerSlam. And guess who the rumor is that will face Brock Lesnar in his final match? Of course, none other than Gunther. So, all right. Well, Gunther will be on Monday Night Raw tonight. Okay. Actually, some matches that we're having tonight. So you got the women's tag team champions up for grabs tonight, right? You got the Kabuki Warriors going up against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying to really care and really give a damn about the women's tag team division. I am trying. I am watching. They're putting on some pretty damn good matches. Okay. I will say that. I will say that. They are putting on some pretty damn good matches. And whatever happens in this match tonight, I will cover it this week to let everybody know that, hey, I really, truly am trying. You got Charlotte Flair along with Alexa Bliss. They're in the mix in this tag team division. You guys already know. If you guys don't know, I'll let you guys know. I loved as a kid growing up and watching the tag team division. From, the Powers of Pain and Power and Glory, Demolition, the Heart Foundation, the Rockers, Oriental Express, all those greats, Legion of Doom, all the greats. And I just don't like, hey, get that superstar, put them together. Now they're a tag team. I'm like, meh. I think I got Rhea and Io coming out with that victory. Whatever. We'll see. I'm trying to get into it. Anyway, let's move on. Maxie Dupree defends her Intercontinental title against Becky Lynch. This is actually sparking interest. Okay, this one is sparking interest. First of all, the fact that they got a women's IC title out there, I thought is pretty cool. I like it. Maxie Dupree, she was always just kind of like that, little sidekick with Alpha Academy, whatever the heck they are, man. And people are really rooting for her. People are rooting for her because she's the super duper underdog. And at some point, that fades away. That is going to fade away. Whenever this program is over between her and Becky Lynch, regardless of who wins tonight, right? Which I'll give my prediction in a second. Regardless of who wins tonight, she needs to go on with her career. Right now, it's Maxie Dupree versus the bully Becky Lynch. That's why you can connect this storyline, which is good. Write it and squeeze as much juice as you can out of it. Once the juice is all squeezed out, you need to know, okay, she needs to now carry herself and get over. Right now, this is huge because Becky Lynch is over, and Becky Lynch has been bullying this young lady. And she beat Becky Lynch. She got the IC strap, and now Becky Lynch is coming to reclaim her IC title. So that's the interest there. I believe Becky Lynch, I could see this going both ways. I believe Becky Lynch can win the strap back, which is the way I'm going to go on this one. I could see Maxine Dupree keeping the title, but if she keeps the title, now she's off floating on her own. Where if Becky Lynch beats her by cheating, now you can set up a major match between the two of them, which is, I think that's the right way to go. Have Becky Lynch cheat, have her do some dirty stuff to win this title tonight, blatantly in front of everybody's eyes to see, so we can have another match between the two, and then we'll see what's up with that. All right, let's get to the meat on the bone here, because we got about 5 minutes before Monday Night Raw starts. Okay. Here we go. Braun Breaker looking to win his first world title as he challenges world heavyweight champion CM Punk. All right. This is it right here. I have been huge on Braun Breaker. I have. Still am. Regardless of what happens on this match tonight, I still believe Braun Breaker's the future. Him and Dominic Mysterio. But Dom, we're not talking about Dom right now. We're talking about Braun Breaker and CM Punk. I'm going to say this. Is this the right move? Is this the right time for Braun Breaker to win the title? There's different ways you can go with it. You can say yes and say, hey, put the strap on him, take it away from CM Punk. I don't think that's the worst decision, but I don't think it's the right decision at the moment. I think you still need to ride the wave with CM Punk. He's still over. People still love him, probably with the exception of Big Daddy Cool Diesel, Kevin Nash. But people still love him. He still, gets a pop. I would say leave it on him. I would rather see Braun Breaker. Now, I know they're trying to do this Monday Night Raw huge, right? I don't know if they're trying to sell it like a PLE, but I know they're trying to, make a big deal about it. Of course, it'd be huge if you have Braun Breaker become the champion. But in my opinion, just like when good old JR from Oklahoma, has said the Austin era has just begun, right? It needs to be at a PLE for Braun Breaker to get the title, for the Braun Breaker era to begin. Now, Braun Breaker is pretty big, man. See, that's one dude right there. He's getting over and over and over and over with the fans. Nobody even really sees him as a heel. He is a heel. He's definitely 100% a heel, but not too many people really treat him like a heel. He definitely has a pretty damn good fan base. I'm one of them. But you got a lot of people rooting for this guy, and rightfully so. And in my opinion, he outgrew his faction, the Vision. Not to the level where The Rock outgrew the Nation of Domination. Not quite to that level, but I think he's outgrowing the Vision. I'm still not even really sure where Logan Paul fits into all of this, but I can see Braun Breaker winning the title tonight. I just think his chances are slim. I don't think it's the right time. I don't think it's the right moment. And that's what it's about, moment. I think you're going to have to wait for a PLE, a pretty good major PLE, by the way. Keep that title. And by the way, your champion is over. Your champion is over. CM Punk, he's still over. That's what I was saying in the beginning when I got to this. CM Punk is still over. So it's not like, hey, you know what? It's not working on CM Punk anymore. We got to get it away from him. No, it still works. It still works. So have something go down. I don't think you can have CM Punk win over Braun Breaker, just a clean win. Now, obviously, CM Punk, he's as a babyface, he's not going to do anything dirty, but you can have Braun Breaker. You can have the Vision go down there, try to help out Braun Breaker, and get his mind off something, distraction or something, and CM Punk capitalizes. Something goes wrong. Does that cause a ripple effect? Does that cause some friction between the Vision? It can, because at some point, he's going to have to leave the Vision. At some point, he's going to have to leave the Vision. A lot of talk about, hey, Paul Heyman will never turn his back on me, and, all this kind of talk, right? At some point, he's going to have to leave the Vision. So I say CM Punk gets the victory tonight. because of the Vision, not because the Vision went down there to screw over Braun Breaker, but because they went down there to help him. It's just there was a miscommunication and ended up hurting Braun Breaker. But with that, listen, we got Monday Night Raw kicking off now on Netflix. It is the first Monday Night Raw of 2026. I'm interested. I'm interested to see where the WWE goes in 2026. By the way, there is a small rumor out there that the WWE is up for sale again. Again. I'll keep an eye out on that. But for now, I'll leave you guys that, man. You guys enjoy Monday Night Raw. Total Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shout out to all the junkies. Catch you guys on next one.